Did I ever show you guys you can make this really unique rotoscoped montage effect for your music videos? This is something really easy to create if you already have footage, and it creates a super unique style / look. So let's hop right into it. If you guys haven't heard about my editing contest I'm doing right now, make sure you guys go check it out. We're giving away over $1,000 in prizes for this editing competition, so that'll be linked down below. So open up inside of Premiere Pro here, we have the music video and we have the clip here that we're going to be recreating. Shout out to the director, Sebastian. He'll be linked below as well. So essentially we're going to be recreating something like this. This is the demo that I made. Obviously we're going to do a better job on it for the sake of this tutorial, but essentially what I want to do is I want to take these two clips here because I figured these were the best clips to create the effect with. So we're going to start off with this one here, and you kind of want to look for a scene where you'd be able to like rotoscope his head up from the background and have like the circle behind him, right? And then we'd also separate his hand as well. There's a couple other ones you could probably do it with, like this one might work. For the sake of this, let's just do this one. So I'm pressing C on my keyboard to bring up the cut tool and clicking to cut. Now that we have our clip right here, what we're going to do is we're going to right click on it and we're going to open it inside of After Effects. So now that we have our clip inside of here, what we're going to do is we're going to double click on it to open its layer. We're going to go over to the rotoscope tool up here in the top left, and we're going to click and rotoscope him out. Pretty much what I want to do is just look through the video and look for any signs where it messes up, like right here. And I think that's totally fine there. We pretty much only got the areas that we wanted. So if you go back inside of a composition, it looks a little bit weird right now. You can fix the edges up here by going over to feather and turning that up a little bit. And then we're gonna go over and turn down the shift edge right here. And boom, that looks great right there. So to complete this effect, what we're gonna do next is we're actually gonna bring this down here. We're gonna click on our layer, press Command D to duplicate it, or Windows key D on Windows, or not Windows, Control. We're gonna delete the rotoscope or the roto brush. We're gonna have the regular layer, which is the original one we had, and then we're gonna have the rotoscoped version here. And essentially what you want to do next is you want to go over to our tool up here. You guys can see mine's preset as a circle, but to change yours, just click and hold on it and you can make it a rectangle, a star, a polygon, whatever you want your thing to be. So we're going to do the ellipse tool as a circle. If you don't want it to have a fill, see it's preset to white. So if I make the circle, that's there. You don't want that. Click on the fill button and change it to no fill right here. And then it'll just be the stroke. So we're going to change the color of the stroke to black, and we're going to zoom out. We're going to click this and make it fit the screen perfectly. And I'm going to draw this circle right here. I think that looks fine. And we're going to place it where we think the middle is, which I'm going to say is around like right here. So if we play this through, his head's popping over it a little bit, as you can see there. If you want to make it a little bit more intense, you press S and just scale it down. So his head's really going to be coming out, as you guys can see there. So essentially what we could do from here on out is we could make the stroke a little bit thicker. I think that'll definitely add to it. And then you want to drag and drop the shape layer below this. And you can see we have his head going through it just like that. His arm is also peeking through at some of these points. We can fix that later once we put our footage in the background. So I'm going to take this clip that I pulled from the music video, press Command C on it, and then pop it inside of here. And we're going to bring it below everything. And before we do that, I totally forgot. We need to take our background clip here. So if we bring like the video in, as you guys saw there, it's going to look weird because like there's no background behind in the circle. So we'll just turn off that clip for now. And we'll go to our background one that we left normal. And I'm sure there's an easier way you could do this. I'm sure most of you guys know, but I just pretty much click on the clip and I go on the pen tool and I basically just click around the circle. We're going to be masking it out. I recommend you also turn off this layer so his head isn't blocking where the lines, you know, like a line. I'm sure it doesn't really matter that much, but for the sake of perfection, I recommend you guys do that. Sweet, and now we have a perfect circle. We'll turn the background one back on and the top one back. And we see there's still some things that are overlapping here. So we pretty much just want his head and then maybe his hand there. You could play with the rotoscope, but just for the sake of easiness, I'm literally just gonna mask out his arm right here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and click on masks and invert it. So we have that. And then I'm gonna mask out this area right here and invert it. So you guys can see we fixed the one side here, just maybe needs a little bit more love there on the specific borders. You guys can take your time and just do the exact same thing for this one on the right side. You can go back and edit the rotoscope or just make perfect from the beginning like I did. So we pretty much have a rough layout of the effect here. And then to make the background look even cooler, we could add some effects to it right here. So let's click on this clip. And what we're going to do is we're going to go up into the rectangle tool and we're going to duplicate our background clip and then highlight this part of the rectangle tool. So it's basically going to make this part a rectangle. And then you could press S to scale and you can make it bigger. So you guys can see there, we get that really unique effect that's been going crazy recently. And we're going to do it again, duplicate the background layer, and let's do it like, obviously it's going to select in behind him here. Let's move this one over here and scale that there. And if you drag and drop a shadow on them, like the drop shadow here, you guys can see it's going to add a lot of texture and depth to kind of separate them from the background a bit. And just play around with the settings. Like I recommend turning up the softness and then maybe turn down the opacity. And then I'd maybe throw on a Gaussian blur as well. So blur the background one a bit. But you guys pretty much get it. We're basically going to be making a bunch of these little cutout scenes, and you can add shake to them, make them move in the background. But yeah, that's pretty much this tutorial. Other cool things you could add to this are my Geek Effects pack that I'll have linked below. If you guys want to check that out, all the assets are on screen right now. Over 350 plus drag and drop assets to create those geeked up kind of animated trendy effects that are going on right now. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this, make sure to hit subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.